What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? So it's Nick Shavaz, man, aka Mr. Be Prepared, Not Scared. So, man, I hope that everybody enjoyed their holiday. If they celebrated, hope you had a happy Thanksgiving and all that good stuff, right? So, we gonna jump right in today, right? So today we gonna talk about Tug-a-War. So it's two particular situations I'm gonna talk about with Tug-a-War. So we all know what Tug-a-War is. You know, the game when we younger. You know, two sides try to pull. You know, two sides fight to pull the other one to that side, so it'll be on one side, right? So we're gonna talk about the tug-of-war of your past and your future, and the tug-of-war of your heart and your mind. We're gonna talk about the heart and the mind first because I think that one more, you know, like they both go together, but the heart and the mind, man, you know, like that's like a typical tug-of-war that we all go through or we've all been through, right? So the tug-of-war with your heart and your mind is, you know, like the confusion between which one is right and which one is wrong, or which way should you go. Like that's like the big mystery, the big mystery of life, right? Like, man, am I making the right decision? Am I doing the right thing? Like, man, what's going on, right? So I think that a lot of times with the heart and the mind, a lot of people end up in situations because they don't want the two. Like, I don't think that people realize that the two, even though they're separate, they work together. You know what I mean? They work together for your own good, long as you're in tune with yourself, right? So I think that so many people, like when you led by your heart, it don't matter what your eyes see and all this stuff, right? Your heart going to gravitate to like the inner person or whatever the case may be, that situation. Sometimes, I'm not going to say that is right or wrong, but sometimes your heart doesn't really operate on logic. It operates off of like energy or whatever, certain stuff you just can't explain, right? So your brain, that operates off of logic. Oh, this is what it is. This is what I see. This is what it is. That's just it. But if you work on getting both of them on the same page, you really won't have to worry about which one is right or which one is wrong, because both of them are operating on the same thing, and you'll be operating, you know, like equally, man. Like it's equally balanced. So you'll be operating more balanced. You'll be able to make more balanced situations. So I think that most of the time, people confuse like in this tug-of-war thing, they confuse like years or whatever with loyalty. So if you've been friends or you've been doing something for certain years, you just think that it's right, or you think that, you know, it got to be right because you've been there for so long or whatever. You know, like sometimes it can be the case, but a lot of times it's not. Sometimes people outgrow each other. Sometimes people outgrow situations, man, and you got to be in tune enough and brave enough to know yourself and know that when a certain situation doesn't fit you anymore, it just doesn't fit you anymore. Like, it doesn't matter what happens. The energy for that thing is for it not to be in your life, or for y'all not to be together, or for whatever. That's just what it is. No matter what you do, it's not going to happen. So even when you try to go back and you try to do things, it's not going to work out, you know, for whatever it is, whether it's a situation, whether it's a job, whether it's a relationship, whether it's whatever, right? I read this meme over the weekend, and it said, don't go back to something you had to fight like hell with to get away from. You feel what I'm saying? Like, don't do that, because then you'll be in that same situation and that same, you know, predicament that you was in. You was trying to get away from it. When God bless you to get away from it, man, stay away from it, because it's the reason why you're staying away from it, right? So now we're going to talk about the past and the future. And it's basically the same thing, because most people think about their past. Even though you're living in the present, you think about your past, and because the past is what you're used to or what you know, you'll stay there, because most people, like, change for most people is not, even though we have to change is not something that, you know, those people want to do, because they like people like creatures of habit. So you like to be, you know, like you like the known outcome of certain stuff. But it works opposite when it's like in relationships and stuff like that, because even though that past situation or whatever, that past, you know what it could be or what it is, because this person or that person or this situation, that situation has the same pattern. You feel what I'm saying? sometimes in your mind you think that, oh, it don't matter, I can change it, I can change it, I can do this, I can do that, I can do that. It's not so. It's not so. A situation or a person is not going to change unless it wants to change, or unless you do something to, like to make it change or whatever. And if it comes back, it comes back. But if not, I mean, people, especially with people are not going to change unless they want to change. So you're not going to change people. You can change the situation, though. You can change how you deal with people, so let's get that out there. The other thing, with the past and the future, sometimes that with that past and the future, it kind of dictates your life when you think about the past, because you'll look at something that may have happened in the past and it shapes your life now, your presence and your future. And you'll build up like a certain type of animosity that's probably not intended for that new situation, that new person, but because of your past shaped it, you bring in that past animosity in, and because you didn't give that to that animosity to that last person or that last situation, you bringing it and you giving it to the new person, and that can ultimately stop like your whole blessing. You know what I mean? Because I really feel like God uses people to bless you, to bless people. So like sometimes you can mess up your own blessings just by not getting out of your own self, not getting out of your way, right? So we're gonna talk about another thing. So like a lot of people that know me, if y'all know me personally, y'all know that I grew up single mother, my uncles, my aunts, my mother, grandmother, stuff like that, right? But my uncle had homeboys, and you know how it go when you grow up in like inner city, or sometimes you grow up and your family's friends become your family. So like my uncle homeboys became my uncles, right? So I was talking to one of them over the weekend, man. He was like, Nephew, what's up, man? I'm like, what's up, bro? So he's like, man, I like what you're doing, man, with the whole, I like how you moving your company, man. You moving in the right way and stuff like that. So I'm like, thanks, Unc. He's like, man, but you know what the fence is? I'm like, huh? You talk about defense, like when you defending something, or you talk about fence, like when you building, like you got a gate to separate the grass or whatever. He's like, man, the fence, when you separate the grass. I was like, yeah, I know what the fence is. So for this purpose, I'm gonna go over, I'm gonna try to find something on my porch. All right, look. So now we got a crack, right? Y'all can see the crack. All right, so you see the crack. So we gonna make pretend that the crack is the fence. So sometimes we, as people, we on the fence, right? So on this side of the fence, we got the past or the bad situations or the situations that we know, right? And then on this side of the fence, we got the future, the stuff, the wishful thinking, hopeful thinking, and stuff like that. And most of the time, we just straddle right here, or we do this. We got one foot in, one foot out, two places, right? So the reason I bring that up is because we talked about the fence. He was like, man, I think that, I know that God gave everybody free will to make their own decisions, right? He said, but I don't think that God respects the fence. I think that he wants you to be more decisive. Like which side you going to be on, which side of the fence you go to. You can't straddle the fence and be both, because you won't get what you're supposed to get, right? In other words. So I'm like, yeah, I feel that. He like, man, so, like in a lot of my uncle friends, right? They did, legal stuff and illegal stuff. He said, nephew, when I was out there doing what I was doing in the street, man, I was getting money, man, but it wasn't fulfilling, man. Like I still had to wash my back, had to do this, had to do that. He like, now I got my own business, man, my own company. He's like, man, now look. He said, now when I was on the street, it was up and down, up and down, up and down. He's like, yo, but once I really made my decision and said, I'm not going to do that life no more. I'm not going to do this. Like, man, I said that I'm going to do everything the right way, and I'm going to put God in, put God first, man. He like, bro, it only been going up for me. He said, now sometimes it might have been slow, but it hasn't went down and only been going up. So what I want to tell people on this video is, man, once you make that decision, man, stand by it. Don't matter how it's going to look, no matter what is going to happen, man, just stand by the decision you make, man, because you made that decision for a reason, especially if it's for your own good. If you made a logical, sound decision, man, stick with it. Like, don't second guess nothing. So I'm going to show you something. So for people that know, I'm opening up an assisted living, right? And I've been on this path for like the last 10 years, since 2009, right? So since doing this, ups and downs, and you get knocked down, you don't want to do it. But when you look at this, right, this is where, there you go. So y'all see that, right? So for me, right, this coming Thursday, December the 5th, I got a court hearing so that once I go there, I can open up all 3 of my assisted livings. No more hassles, no more none of that stuff. Now, I say this to say that it took me 10 years to do this, right? And that's because I was on the fence on, working, starting my own business, and doing some other things. You feel what I'm saying? So once I made the decision that, this is what I'm going to do, like, other opportunities opened up, the financial services business opened up and stuff like that. So what I'm telling you is, man, even if it don't look like it's gonna, or it don't look like you might have plans in your head, man, stick with the plan. I promise you it's gonna work out for you. Like, if you stick with the plan, it's gonna work out for you, man. So speak life into yourself. Even when life knock you down, situations knock you down, beat you up, knock you upside your head, get up. If you can look up, you can get up, man. So what I'm telling you is, man, once you make that decision, like, stop straddling the fence, and you make that decision on what you're going to do, how you want your life to look, what you want it to look like, man, you got to work like hell to make sure you do that, right? And make sure nothing stop you. Nothing stop you. Find your why. Make sure you do it. When you get up every morning, make sure you work on that thing, man. Like, don't compromise it. Don't try to settle for nothing, man. Do what you do, man. Make sure your life, the rest of your life, is the best of your life, man. But you got to start with that first step. Take that first step, and that's to make a decision which side of the fence you're gonna be on. Are you gonna move, or you gonna make your life, or you gonna let life make you? Like, man, make that decision. So I hope that this video helped whoever needed to hear this. I hope it helped everybody that see this, man. Like the video, share the video, comment on the video. New self, new wealth, man. Like, look, man, my faith won't allow me to fear, and my grind won't allow me to fail. New self, new wealth. Be prepared for everything, not scared for life. None of that stuff, man. Be prepared, not scared, man. New self, new life. New self, new wealth. Focus on the mission, not the money. Man, until next Tuesday, I will see y'all. Y'all be blessed, man. Peace.